Welcome back to another Cube Draft. My name is Edward, also known as Strategy, and look what's back, the Arena Cube. Super exciting. I will have more drafts in the Lotus Lounge, and I still have a bunch in my backlog to show you guys, but I'm going to take a break from that and play some Arena-powered cube. Super exciting. Opening up a Moxjet, also super exciting. Notably, there's also a Skull Clamp and a Foundry and a Retrofitter Foundry. Hopefully one of those two comes back, but I highly doubt it. This pack isn't the greatest. There's like Fiery Confluence, and honestly, that's about it. Like there's the Mind Twist as well. It's just not a great pack. But you know what? That's probably for the best because we got a Moxjet, and the next person can, I guess, have a Skull Clamp. Okay, we got an Ugin. Oh, we have a Brain Freeze. The cool thing about the Arena Cube is that these aren't team drafts, so hate drafting's not hugely a thing. And this person may not even be paying attention that they passed a Brain Freeze, and they might pass a Breach later because they don't want to play that. So yeah, we're going to take the Brain Freeze here. I just think it's by far the best card left in the pack. Now we have a Force of Will. Okay. Yeah, we're going to slam dunk the Force of Will. Glad I took the Brain Freeze. Okay, now we have a Counterspell. I like this Atraxa, but we have 2 blue cards already, and I don't really want to play a Natural Order or Sneak Attack deck at this point with these cards. I think just lining up the Counterspell is just really, really nice here. Notably, there is a red-white fetch land going around as well, and a Deep Cavern Bat. Loot, there's not a 0% chance that Loot wheels and that we play it, but I would say it's very unlikely at this point. We don't have to play black just because we have a Moxjet. Amongst, I would say, less experienced players, I've definitely heard the phrase "it's not in my colors" in cube drafts before. So, but yeah, this doesn't mean we have to play black. We could play mono blue. We can play Izzet. You know, it's gonna be good regardless. See if there's anyone here that we know. No? Okay. But yeah, super excited to be doing Arena Powered Cubes again. I've done, I don't know, 5 or 6 on my phone so far. I had a really sweet Breach draft the other day. Let's see here. So we have Gloomlake Verge if we do want to try to, take advantage of our Moxjet. A Soul Guide Lantern for the sideboard. A Starting Town if we just don't know what colors we're doing. But I don't like Starting Town here. Right now we're mono, and at least Gloomlake Verge at least touches our Jet, which we are going to be somewhat incentivized to be in black because of Jet, but we don't have to be. Outside of that, there's Skyclave, which doesn't really go into our deck idea, and then there's Sentinel, I think I would also consider in this spot. 20 seconds left. I really like this Sentinel, but I'm going to take the Gloomlake Verge. I really value fixing. This is a blue land first, which is even better. And I would, like, if we get a Psychic Frog, it's going to be absolutely insane. Other black cards we'd really want to see, there's obviously Orcish Bowmasters, there's Sheoldred. Of course, we'd want to see like Time Twister and Hull Breachers. Oh my. Okay. This is actually another interesting pick. So there's Colonnade, which I'm not going to consider right now, even though I do think this is a very powerful card. We don't have any white for payoff. But the 2 interesting picks here, I think, are the Abhorrent Oculus, which currently we can't feed. There is a Brain Freeze that we can kind of set it up if we target ourselves, but also Mystical Tutor. I think with Brain Freeze, I mean, all of our spells, but our Moxjet are instants, so this tutors for our entire deck right now. But if we're gonna try to play this Brain Freeze, being able to tutor for it is absolutely absurd. So I'm going to take this Mystical Tutor. Okay, well, if we're trying to have a Breach out, we definitely want red mana. I don't hate this Jace. Jace isn't as strong as it used to be, of course. And you can set up a Brainstorm and then, Brain Freeze, the top 3 cards away. But I think here it's a pretty clear Steam Vents. Again, if we're trying to play this Brain Freeze, which we've committed to at least attempting with Mystical Tutor. We're gonna need red mana, and this is red fetchable, so we are going to take that gift. Okay, so now we have a dig through time, which also helps find things. There's a burst lightning, but I don't want to commit to red too much. I'm 100% okay with just having Breach be our only red card. Also, notably, there's a Raucous Theater. Raucous Theater is in the Grixis colors. Of course, we don't have black yet, so I'm least likely to play this. If we had a Bowmasters, I would take the Raucous Theater here, but we don't, so I'm going to take Dig Through Time. That'll help us find our combo as well. Mind Twist Wield. Okay, Flood Plitz Drowner. Enters tapped. Okay. I'm just going to take the Mind Twist. I think it's the strongest card in the pack, and I'm tired of it being that disrespected, but I doubt we're going to play too much of it. Here, I'm just going to take the blue card that fits into our colors. I do like I love Vaultborn Tyrant, and I absolutely love Pest Infestation, but I'm not interested in playing green at all. Wow, we have a Malcolm on the wheel. We'll take that. I guess not that many people are playing blue today. Okay, here's a Tursa. Tursa, actually, I'm not playing Loot as much as I love Loot. I think it's between Dark Ritual and Tursa. And I don't see myself being a huge Dark Ritual fan outside of like Mind Twisting it. I'm just going to take the Tursa. It'll help find our combo if we can assemble it. Sure, we'll take the playable, but I doubt we play it. Man, I want this Colonnade really bad, but I'm gonna take the Aborn Oculus. Mana Drain, Time Warp, Underground Sea, Vampiric Tutor, Flash. But Atraxa and Vaultborn Tyrant are gone. Okay, so that's going to eliminate Flash for me. I know Worldspine Worm is still a thing, and Worldspine Worm is the best Flash target because it's just 3 5/5s with Trample. Here I'm leaning towards either the Mana Drain or the Vampiric Tutor. If we had the Breach, like if we knew we were breaching, which keep in mind, even once we get the Breach, yes, we can win with Brain Freeze, but we're going to need a ton of mana unless we can find a Petal, a Lotus, or an LED. There's also Frantic Search ways and stuff to do it as well. Here I'm going to take the Mana Drain. We don't know. This Brain Freeze might be a red herring, and I would rather just take the card that's always going to be good versus a subpar card unless we're winning the game. And then, like I said, notably, there's also Underground Sea. But yeah, that Flash, I would take the Flash, but luckily I was paying attention to the draft. And 2 really good targets. 2 of the 4 really good targets are already gone. Okay, here there's a Broadside Bombardiers, which I thought they took this out. I haven't looked at the list, but I guess I misread the article when I was looking up to see what they added to the cube bonus sheet. I thought they removed this, but I obviously I am mistaken. Okay, so here we have Bloodstained Mire, which currently only gets, I guess, no, this is a Tri-land. This gets basic Swamp and then Steam Vents. Of course, there's also Watery Grave. I do love Broadside Bombardiers, but we're not currently set up for it, and I really value my fixing. Of course, we're like basically mono blue. We're kind of Izzet at the moment, but this is still an Izzet land. Yeah, it's kind of a crime to pass Broadside Bombardiers here, but I'm going to take the Bloodstained Mire. Okay, there's a Frantic Search. I will take a Frantic Search because this is a way that we can abuse. If we don't get Petal, Lotus, or LED, if we find a Breach, we can still win. So, yep, I don't think there's anything else in here. I mean, obviously there's Currency Converter, but I don't expect Currency Converter to wheel. So I don't think we're going to get anything back of importance on the wheel. Which is honestly kind of fine, because I'm glad I'm not tempted to play something else with a Frantic Search. That's a Volcanic Island. Deceit is really cool. I would love for that to wheel if we can manage it. Kitesail Larcenist. Oh, it makes it a like treasure or whatever. Okay, that's cool. I'm going to take the Volcanic Island and not care about anything else in the pack, not even remotely close. There's a Tolly. Also not a hugely great flash target, but it's there. There's Grief, there's Balance. There's a Shadowy Backstreet we can get off of Bloodstained Mire, not really interested in. Yeah, I'm just not really interested in a lot of this. I guess we can take the balance. It's like that or the grief. I don't know. This pack is very weird. For us, at least. There's no more lies, but again, I don't want to splash. I think it's between grief and balance, but I don't think I'm excited about any of these cards. Honestly, I think I'm more likely to play balance than I am to play grief, even though I already have black fixing, which is kind of funny. Okay, there's a suplex. I do like that. I don't hate Chromehost Seed Shark. If we can get it out and then just protect it with counter spells and just kind of, you know, overrun the board from there. There's another cool flash target in Torsten. I don't want to take this Mana Confluence, but if we end up in the combo version, I guess I'll be kind of happy that we did it. There's also Suplex, though, which is not nothing. I'll take the Suplex. I like the Mana oh my gosh, Breach. I like the Mana Confluence like in the more aggressive decks, but yeah, we're going to slam dunk this Breach. That is a gift. All right, now we need to see Lotus Petal, Black Lotus, or Lion's Eye Diamond. That's like our big ones. There's Profs, which helps us find... Profs helps us dig for our Breach, so we're probably just going to take this, although I don't know if it's going to make the end of our main deck. There's an Emrakul that's going around, but I don't think that's worth taking the Shelldock Isle for, and then we can take Sunbellow Verge if we really want to play that balance. Let's just take the Profs. Oh, Time Warp came back. That's cool. There's also Night's Whisper, though. Night's Whisper helps us combo, but Time Warp is a blue card to pitch to force. It's also just a turn cycler, which at worst just like puts a card in the graveyard for free and like draws us a card. No, I think our fixing is decent enough. I'm going to play the Night's Whisper. I'm trying to combo our opponents. I don't want to mess around. Raphael was really cool in my cube. Bonehorde Dracosaur, no thank you. I guess we're taking the fresh start. Emrakul did come back around. Here I'm just going to take the Godless Shrine as it's fetchable off Bloodstained Mire and gets our balance if we really want to. Unfortunately, it's a best of 3 format, so I doubt it's going to come up too much. Deceit, okay, that's a cool wheel. And definitely a reward for playing Grixis. Damn. And we already have Mox Jet, so like it's not too much of a cost. I don't think I'm going to play Memory Jar, but I'll take it. Nettle says no thank you. Okay, Black Lotus. No Black Lotus. We have a Flooded Strand. Another thing that these fetches really let us do besides fixing is they, unfortunately, I need to finish my thought process, is that they help feed cards to the yard for our Breach. But unfortunately, Watery Grave and Underground Sea are gone, which is unfortunate. So if I take this, it's just going to be an Izzet land unless we get a Triome. That's probably still fine, though. There's Pyrokinesis. It's another really good one. If we already had LED, Lotus, or Lotus Petal, then I would take this Trinket Mage as it's just another tutor for our combo. I want to take the Flooded Strand, but I think the Trinket Mage is weak enough. Like, it's going to wield almost all of the time. Okay, now this is a pack. Wow. There's Caracas. I guess, okay, we would have ended up with enough flash targets had we taken it, which is kind of funny. Which I would have loved because, you know, we have a Mystical Tutor in our deck, but oh well. I think it was correct to pass it in the situation that we were in. Anyways, there's Narset, but we can't abuse it, so I can get rid of that. There's Caracas, which is just amazing. Absolutely amazing. It can win games on its own. There's Days to help protect our combo as well, but we're not going to be too fast because we don't have a 0 mana artifact yet. There's Prismatic Vista. I love Prismatic Vista, but Caracas can just win games. Not to mention it bounces our Tursa and we can reuse it to refilter. Yeah, let's just take the Caracas. Like, proactive Caracas is way better than defensive Caracas, and it's going to be good regardless. Okay, there's a Lutri. Lutri is really nice. Lutri also feeds our Force of Will at like absolute minimum. Unfortunately, Lutri doesn't work with Mystical Tutor. It also doesn't work with Brainstorm or Brain Freeze because it says when you cast the spell, and Lutri just says copy. There is a sneak attack if we, you know, did decide to go with that Emrakul route, but I'm glad we didn't, honestly. Yeah, here I'm just going to take the Lutri. Mox Diamond, Mana Leak. Okay, okay, and there's also Badlands. Oh, I guess if we play the Godless Shrine, Flooded Strand gets black. So we're probably playing the Godless Shrine now, which means we're probably going to play the Balance as well. Anyway, so there's Mana Leak. I don't like the Troll here. And then there's Badlands and Mox Diamond. If we mill Mox Diamond can come out of the yard, but we need a land in our hand in order for that to be relevant. I do want to play black because of the Badlands. I'm going to take the Badland. I'm just going to take the Mana Leak. Mana Leak is just so good. That's a tough pick. I hope the Badlands comes back. Well, there's Entomb, which is a tutor if we have the Breach. I don't think that's strong enough to take here. We can take Memory Lapse. We can take Pintad Prism. We're not an Ancient Tomb deck. And I don't really care for the Overlord. And I don't want to play too many black cards, especially because we passed the Badlands that might not come back. Pintad Prism does go really well in the Mind Twist plan, which was kind of given to us. So we still need a couple play. Oh, uh-oh. Oh, no, that was... well, that's what I get, I guess. Oh, that was so bad. I can't... It's been so long since I've done that, too. Well, that was bad. Oh, well, we can't do anything about it now, so let's just get over it. Okay, Thunder Trap Trainer helps us find our combo. We're going to take it. I would take this Tezzeret here, but we don't have the 0 to find, so... Also, there's a Scrubland, but we already have Godless Shrine. Super Shredder is fine. Eagles is meh. Not really caring about any of these. Let's just take the Pinnacle Emissary, but I doubt we play it. I mean, there's a Parlor. But Flooded Strand already gets red. We don't really need that. I guess we'll take Unholy Heat. That seems good. Having a little bit of removal is very nice. Okay, here we have Creeping Tar Pit. I'm just going to slam dunk that and move on. Wow, Daze, Chain Lightning, and Narset came back, and whoever took the Flash, I guess maybe they're like, no, no one's going to take it, and it's going to pay off for them. I'm going to take the Chain Lightning. Just being able to remove targets is going to be really nice. Sure, I'll take the Sneak Attack, because why not? Badlands Wield, excellent, excellent. Yeah, I can't believe I let that let that pick go. Oh well. The clock really accelerates as you get to the back half of the draft. Like the first however many picks is like a solid minute. And then it's just like goes to 20 seconds or less, like really quickly. I don't know what the actual times are, but that's what it feels like. Well, it's going to be a minute before we finish out this draft. But yeah, super exciting. A little bit of a spoiler. I did finally make some connections, or whatever you want to call it. It looked at the High Roller Cube for the land run is going to be first place for an Ancestral Recall, which will be a lot of fun. And then second place, I haven't ironed out yet, but it'll be probably just $1,000 cash. So, or something equivalent in card, or a little bit more. I'm going to take the Pintad Prism here. It's fixing, and it goes with the Mind Twist plan. Let's see, Lockmare and Dalta Triumph. Let's just take the Lockmare. Yep, it looks like we were in the correct seat. It's unfortunate we didn't get like an LED or anything, but I'll see you in the draft, or I'll see you in the deck tech. All right, so this is what I ended up going with. I am going to play the Godless Shrine like I suggested in the draft, because Flooded Strand gets black now, so that's pretty nice. Because I'm doing that, I might as well play Balance. I think Balance is an incredibly good card, and even though our deck's not built for it, being able to wrath the board, like if our opponent flashes, this is one of the few ways to beat that. I'm already playing the Caracas, so having, 3 white sources, one of them's technically fetchable, the Bloodstained Mire, but sorry, I showed Flooded Strand. Anyways, Bloodstained Mire also gets the white source, so 4 white sources. Pintad Prism makes 5, so I think the Balance is fine to be in the deck. I did cut, so we have a couple things going for our graveyard. The Abhorrent Oculus, of course, and then the Breach. So I'm actually not going to play the Dig Through Time. I think I'd rather have a Born Oculus than dig through time most of the time anyways. It's just a little bit more proactive. And it's not as easy to play. I think it's arguable either way you want to look at it. But I don't want too many things competing for our yard. And I definitely, because we don't have Lotus Petal, LED, or Black Lotus, the Brain Freeze kill like isn't free. We can still kill with Frantic Search, but Frantic Search only draws 2 and discards 2. So basically, as many cards as we have in our yard not named Brain Freeze, we can do the loop that many times is basically what happens. Now that's usually going to be enough, but I still don't want to chance it too much. I'm going to try out this Lockmare. I'm not going to play Profs. It was kind of between Lockmare and Profs, and I didn't really like Profs like every time I've played it. Now I might be playing it wrong. I may not be committing to it, which actually is factually true. I am not committing to it, so which is why it's probably not good for me, but regardless, it's just not my play style, and I've been wanting an excuse to try out Lockmare anyways, so here we are. Mystical Tutor, because we have Frantic Search, is actually kind of cool because it can tutor for either part that we need. And if we have Underworld Breach, we don't need the Brain Freeze because hopefully our Frantic Search, if we have a big enough yard, can just find it. So that's kind of cool too. And then, of course, our couple cheap removal spells to just kind of fill the yard and get big. Also, I'm not afraid to just Mind Twist for 0 or, whatever, just to fill the yard with more cards. So that's it. I will see you in round 1. The NYSE is returning for its 10th installment this summer. Have you ever won a piece of power during a Magic the Gathering tournament? Well, now's your chance. All 5 Moxen, a Time Walk, an Ancestral Recall, and even a Black Lotus will be up for grabs at this tournament. This event will be taking place on June 6th in Patchogue, New York. Worried about playing an underpowered deck? Don't worry. You're allowed to play with up to 15 proxies. Use the link in the description for more information regarding this historic event. I can't wait to see you there. Now let's get back to the action. All right, we are on the play. Yeah, I will keep this. We already have our Frantic Search. We just kind of need a Breach, and Thunder Trap Trainer can find Breach. Let's keep. Because Chain Lightning is sorcery, I'm just going to play this tap to kind of save the life because we're playing against an aggressive deck. And if we get it Wastelanded, we have 2 more lands. I'm not too worried. Yeah. I'm gonna gamble that they can't make this big enough fast enough and just leave up Mana Drain here. I don't think I'm gonna need to use the Mana Drain. I would like to Mana Drain into Deceit. But if oh, yep, okay, that's so funny. I need to stop imagining cards in my head. I was gonna say, if they hit the Turok me here, I am gonna Mana Drain. But hey, you know what? I can buy Lutri at least, so that's kind of cool. Yeah, let's... Dang, it's too bad we couldn't hold off for one more turn. So I can Thunder Trap Trainer. I guess I can start with Thunder Trap. Let's do that. I think that's correct. I think it's kind of aggressive to Frantic Search here at this point. I guess we take a fresh start. And then... excuse me. Here, I think it is fine. I'm going to play Mountain to play around Wasteland. I don't want to play Island and then discard because I do want to discard a land. Now I am going to play Frantic Search. Oh, wow. Only 1 card. There'll be 4, but I don't want to get rid of Frantic Search, the Abhorrent Oculus. I doubt they're going to be drawing too many cards. Let's discard Fairy Mastermind, and I don't... If they're playing Reanimates, I don't want to give them a 5/5. I guess I'm just going to have to draw more lands. I don't want to give them a 5/5. I guess, okay, I can give them a 5/5 because I have Fresh Start. Yeah, that's fine. Let's do that. And then we will Lutri and just continue the plan of let's hope that they can't make this big enough fast enough. This is interesting because it says whenever 1 or more permanent cards are put into your graveyard from anywhere. So like if they mill, they can just make it huge. Okay, Dark Confidant, interesting. Yeah, I can just Chain Lightning both of these. I guess let's do that one first. And I think they fixed the loot tree, but I am just playing exceedingly cautious to make sure that this doesn't mess me up. Then let's go for the Dark Confidant. There we go. So yeah, I should have done it backwards because of that, but luckily it didn't matter. I'm sure Nick watching was like, Edward, you're an idiot. But that's fine. Baleful Strix. Okay. I mean, I want cards in my yard anyways, honestly. So I'm okay with them blocking loot tree here. That's actually preferred. Excuse me. Sorry for my cough. Cut down. Sure. That same thing. Yep. So I have to get rid of my frantic search to do this. But I think that's worth it. Honestly. At this point. I could fresh start, but that's not gonna put a card in my yard. Excuse me. Frantic search gone, but you know what? Maybe this game will go long enough. I can just breach, brain freeze, brain freeze. Uh-oh. Oh, that's so bad. Okay. Yep. Sure. We'll switch 3 damage for 1. That seems fine. Oh, draw a counterspell. Great. And the more land we play, honestly, it's just going to make the brain freeze out that much easier. Of course, we still have to draw both pieces, but recurring nightmare. No, thank you. They have a remand, then we can just do... not remand, reprieve. Oh, I guess they could technically have a remand. Sure. I'm very confused as to why they're attacking. Force of Will. You know what? I'll take it. We're trading 3 damage for 1. I do need to be careful because, of course, they have Creeping Tar Pit over there, but they don't have... Of course, they have the blue now. Oh, no, they already had the blue. What am I thinking? But now they have the mana untapped. Okay, they finally chose to stop attacking, which is probably good for them. Let's Night's Whisper. If they have Hull Breacher here, we have Force of Will. We also just actually have Fresh Start, but... Oh. Interesting. Well, we don't have black mana to Mind Twist, but we can Mind Twist next turn. I will attack with this. Sure. But no, we have a Caracas. It's best of 1, so it doesn't really matter. Mana Vault is fine. We have Force of Will. Oh, Gristlebrand? Yeah, we have Force of Will. All right, let's win target game, hopefully. In 3 turns or less. Oh, Tursa. And we can still attack for 3. That's great. So we're going to get a random card back. Oh, I shouldn't have played my land in case we hit Caracas. That's so bad. Okay, we'll just... No, let's just 2-turn them. Like, we're going to win this game in 2 turns. Let's just clock them. Yep. Okay, cool. We hit Force of Will anyways. It doesn't matter. Okay, they do pay to untap. What do they have? They have Consider. So now they don't have the mana to Creeping Tar Pit. So I think they're just dead. Suplex. Yep. All right. Good game. I'll see you next round. Welcome to round 2. We're on the play again. And we have turn 1 Night's Whisper. Yes, please. In fact, I think I want to use a fetch here. Both of these get Godless Shrine, so that's nice. I'm just going to Bloodstained Mire, go get Volcanic Island. I love having good fixing. It just feels so good. Volcanic Island. Mox Jet. Oh, now we have turn 2 Tursa. Great. And I can just pitch this Flooded Strand. Too bad I don't have Suplex. Let's draw Suplex. I will Suplex this Mana Vault so fast. Opponent thinking, maybe they have Mox Opal or something. All right, there we go. So I definitely want to Tursa. I think I'm just going to pitch the Mystical Tutor. I'm pretty far from doing the thing, and do I want to have the, I guess, okay, I'll get rid of the Steam Vents and keep the Flooded Strand, because again, that's another card to the yard for a Born Oculus. And I guess the Tursa as well. And the Brain Freeze also feeds the Tursa for what it's worth. I hope that they don't just have like a Gruul 5-drop here. That would be kind of annoying. Flame Slash. It's not the end of the world. I mean, we're 1 card away from Abhorrent, so we can just Abhorrent now because the Flooded Strand. I would still love to draw a Suplex here. If I draw Suplex, I will just Suplex this Mana Vault and not think twice. I'm sure Nick just said, Edward, you often don't think twice, so why you say that? And Nick, if I said that, tell me. Or if you said that, tell me. Okay, so we have Karakas now. So, unfortunately, I am going to play this Flooded Strand here. I'm just going to get basic Island, because we have the Karakas now for white. I don't have to get Godless Shrine and take extra damage I don't need. So, yep, let's play the Abhorrent. We'll leave up the Volcanic Island and bluff, I suppose. I don't get to play with Oculus that often, but when I do, it's very nice. So I'd rather have the Pentad Prism in the yard for Breach, because this is another way that we can kind of cheat Storm. It's like a Lotus Petal 1 time. We don't have that many creatures, so like this is like almost never gonna hit a relevant card. And like one of the best ones to hit is Tursa, and it takes away arguably its best ability. Okay, I guess they missed on lands. I'll see you next round. Welcome to round 3. We are not on the play, but we do have technically turn 1 mana drain. So we'll keep. I don't want to mana drain on their turn 2, but I will if I have to. So let's Island, let's Mox Jet. Let's Pentad Prism. And ideally, we just let them have whatever they play on turn 2. Unless it's in a Johnny. Okay, it's a Lava Spur Boots. That's fine. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, we're going to play Natural Island, so I don't have to use any of the Pentads. And then if they somehow draw a card, we have Fairy Mastermind. If they don't do anything, we have Fairy Mastermind. Flicker Wisp. Yeah, that lets us into Thundertrap Trainer. And we still have Counterspell up with Pentad Prism later. And just another island. Fantastic. Cast with Offspring. Okay. I'll see you next round. I am proud to announce the 2026 Oklahoma Land Run Weekend, July 10th through the 12th. This event will be held at the Reed Convention Center in Midwest City, Oklahoma. Join me and my vintage family for a weekend of Magic the Gathering events featuring huge prizes and competitive play across multiple formats. Main events include a Vintage, a Legacy, and a Team Trios event including Vintage, Legacy, and Modern. Don't have power? No worries. You can proxy any card currently on the reserve list. This year's artist is none other than the literal legend Nicola Beeson. Beeson will be on site all weekend long and is the designer of this year's playmat. Our game would not have stood the test of time without artists like Nicola Beeson. Please show her some support during the event. In addition to other prizes, the Vintage Champion will receive the original painting of the playmat art, while the Legacy Champion will receive the original sketch of the painting. Side events so far include a High Roller Vintage Cube for Power Thursday evening, at least one fun old school charity event, a pre-modern challenge, also Thursday evening, hosted by GameHQ, Duel Commander, and even more to follow. For more information, please use the links in the description to join the Oklahoma Land Run Discord. I'll see you there. Now let's get back to the video. Welcome to round 4, I believe. These rounds are going so fast. Okay, so this hand doesn't seem the greatest, but we have Brain Freeze, we have Frantic Search, we have Force of Will and Deceit, and we had Pintad Prism to help us get to Deceit if we hit a non-blue. I'm going to keep. Force of Will decks don't necessarily get better with mulliganing, neither do combo decks, so I'm going to try this. Yep, not going to Force of Will a Ruby. I would consider a Black Lotus, but in Cube, it's less likely. In Vintage, a lot of people, I've noticed, at least, this is my personal play experience, your play experience may differ from mine, but I've noticed a lot of people like to keep greedy Black Lotus hands. Oh my gosh, yes. Never didn't have it. Okay, yeah, we're just going to play this Pintad Prism. And then we still have Force of Will up. We'd probably have to pitch the Deceit. Of course, we don't have to pitch the Deceit. I'm just saying. Next turn, I'm probably just going to Island by Lutri and use the Lutri to pitch the Force of Will. Questing. That's kind of annoying. Deceit down. That's just a very fast clock, and I don't want to deal with it. It's just my honest take on that. I'm going to Lutri. Next turn, I can technically Lutri Frantic Search and just dig really hard. I say really hard. That's 4 cards. We see 5 cards total. Oh, and they have the Wasteland. That's kind of brutal. All right, well, we may not get this one. I'm glad I got rid of the Deceit, because we would not be hard casting it anytime soon. That's a Jet, which adds to our Storm. Let's go for it. We're just going to keep getting Wastelanded. I could be a little bit more patient, I suppose. It's not the end of the world if this fails here. Sorry, just making sure I don't mess this up. I could keep the Mountain and just pitch the Brain Freeze, but I'm not going to. Let's do those. Submit, and then I want to tap red for this one. Come on, Breach. That's not a Breach, but that is a Tursa. Yeah, I guess I have to keep the Tursa, huh? All right, I can still hit a Breach technically and, you know, do stuff. It's just not going to be as good. Don't hit Brain Freeze. Okay. Godless Shrine's kind of annoying because I would love to have hit Frantic Search there, but... Okay. Yep, I was going to say, I assume Wasteland's coming, which is just going to keep the Tursa being fed, honestly. Sure. That's why I was thinking about keeping the Mountain, but it is what it is. I can also just hit another red source, so it's not even the end of the world. This is going to become a 3/3. That's annoying. I don't think... Do I have a third Mountain? Yes, I do. It would be nice to have a Caracas here, but oh, wow. Well, I don't have the types to support it, unfortunately. All right, well, at least that's gone. No other targets. For what it's worth, I am very happy that I got rid of... I'm very happy that I got rid of the questing beast the way I did, because we would probably be dead by now. Okay, green sun for 3. Is that going to be like a sentinel? Hopefully it's not like a Nadu. I don't think this is a Nadu deck. Okay, tireless tracker. Oh, I have Lutri now. All right, I have a bounce Lutri, but yeah, let's just offer the trade. Okay, I can bounce the Lutri back to my hand when they go to wasteland me. I could also just bounce the Nissa. I'll probably just bounce the Nissa. I think they should have wastelanded first. I get this, but I don't know. Like, they get to float 1 mana, so they basically paid 2 mana to do that, was what effectively happened. Okay. I mean, I don't hate this. I have Chain Lightning in my deck. Oh, Suplex. So I could Suplex the Crucible, but Crucible, I mean, the other thing's not really doing much to me. So let's just hit this and start attacking for 3. And maybe we can win yet another game without casting Breach. An Abhorrent Oculus would be an insane draw. That's their best card in their hand right now? Okay, no, they're just double spelling. I assume... Oh, no. Interesting. This is very aggressive, but I'm going to do it. Like, if that was their best card with 5 mana, I think it's fine. Again, Abhorrent Oculus might just win the game on the spot. Scythe Cat Cub don't have a land. Oh, no, they have Wasteland. Of course they have a land. Okay. That's not good. Just play the land. I could keep it in my hand, but I don't care enough. I'm just being brutally honest. It'll auto pass even if I didn't, but okay, 5/6. Thundertrap Trainer? Oh, I'm 1 short. Whatever. Thundertrap Trainer. I would love to see a Night's Whisper here. I would not love to see an Abhorrent Oculus. Okay, we did see a Night's Whisper. It's too bad I couldn't double it, but you know what? We're getting to a lot of mana. No! Don't hit the red. Oh, you jerk. Watch, we're going to draw the Breach now. Okay, no. Dang, so close. We're at 9. Yeah, okay, good game. I feel like, let's see what we could have drawn. Okay, the balance wouldn't have worked out. The twist wouldn't have worked out. So yeah, it was just like Underworld Breach and then multiple Brain Freezes at this point is what would have been our out. But either way, I'll see you next round. Welcome to round 5. This seems like a functioning hand of Magic the Gathering cards. Let's keep. I am just going to play out the Steam Vince tapped, I think. We have another blue source in the Gloom Lake Verge. And then, of course, we have Mountain for red, so, like, Wasteland is not the end of the world. And I'd rather just save the life. Alright, our opponent did mulligan. We'll play this tapped. We will return Salutations. Volcanic Island. I guess that plays around Wasteland as well. Let's play the Pentad Prism. Our opponent already mulliganed. Please don't screw me. Okay, they did the Is It. Our opponent already mulliganed, so it's going to make the Mind Twist pretty good here. And we have Force of Will too for if we, if we care. Here I might just play the Lockmare. Let's play the Lockmare. Yeah, as I say, they have double blue up. I don't want to Mind Twist into that. I actually think the Mind Twist is going to be good here. Yes, I can Force of Will Oh, remand? Sure. Not going to fight over that. Yes, I could force the will back, but I don't want to if I don't have to. So I think it's okay to just be patient here. Maybe they just go another land drop, go. Maybe they play land drop, 3-drop, or land drop, 3-drop I don't care about. Like a tireless tracker or an Oko. I care about an Oko. I'm gonna mind twist their hand. So yeah, I'm just gonna play the deceit or pitch the deceit. Uh-oh. Looks like they have a force of their own. That's not good. Yeah, force of their own is not good. Okay. We have a mind twist for the rest of their hand, but they have an Oko. Oh, we have an Aborn Oculus. Okay, and we're not going to play the Lockmare because they can just Oko it and kill it instantly, and that seems really dumb for us. So now I can play Lockmare. Oh yeah, what did they discard? Caracas, Time Twister, Island. Can I give them back their Time Twister, please? Pretty please. With Sugar on top, and what they pitch? Oh, an Echo the Eons. Okay, they're apparently a Hull Breacher deck. Now they can't just kill our Lockmare because we can remove a counter from it to draw a card. Oh, please target the Lockmare. Please target the Lockmare. Oh, they're going to switch it. Yeah. Duh. Okay. Yep. Okay. That is annoying. But at least I'm using up the counters. Okay. It's at 3 now. It's too bad Creeping Tar Pit's not already down. Yep. You can draw 1 card. Jace, okay. Creeping Tar Pit, Mox Jet. Buy Lutri. They're gonna flip their thing. I shouldn't have bought Lutri. That was so bad. I need to tighten up. This game's not lost, but if I keep making plays like this, it's going to be. Yep, I take 7 here. I really need to get my yard filled. Fresh start. Okay. I can take 7 again. And then I can either fresh start or food at the end of turn. Sure. I just want to get this Oko dead or it will win the game. Yeah, I'll take 7. No, I will do this. They have 1 more turn basically to. I think this saves me more life in the long run. If this is a counter spell, cool. If this is a I win the game spell, then they got me. Okay, it wasn't. Cool. Oh, balance? I could... Okay, so... Oh, no, I don't have white, so it's not even relevant. Okay. Let's do this again. I do have a counter spell up. Okay. Awesome. I wonder if their last card is another land. Narset? No, thank you. We've seen what that can do. I mean, 2 of their draw 7s are already accounted for, but there's still Time Spiral. There's still Memory Jar. Also, this fills the yard. This also fills the yard. That's great. So we can, after we block with Lutri, we can cast a Born Oculus. And this gets our white mana. It's just Lutri. Yep, it's just a Lutri. We are going to block. It's a Lutri that lets us a Born Oculus, so I think that's a fair trade for us. Please don't Tide Holler Sculler this. Okay, cool. Enters tapped. I love having good mana bases. Tursa. Tursa. We talking about Tursa? All right. Do we think they have a counterspell? Sure. Let's play Tursa. If they don't have a counterspell, I'll just discard the balance. Wow. They didn't have the Hull Breacher either. As I say, this could have been a mana leak, actually. Yeah, let's play it safe. They don't seem to be a discard deck. Like, yes, this is Agothron, but it may just be a tapped Simic land. Shouldn't have played my land. That was loose. Oh. Sure. Now we can draw back our Lockmare if Tursa lives. I'm doing this pretty aggressively so I can just get the 6 damage on board. I would like for my Breach deck to continue winning without Breach. Brazen Borrower bounce. I feel like you're supposed to bounce the Creeping Tar Pit there. Interesting. Okay, we will take 3, but we have a Born Oculus, and I'm really glad we held onto the Born Oculus now. Yep. All right, please don't have a counterspell. I don't think they do. Okay, there's a Forest. Oh, Brain Freeze. All right, a Born Oculus. Are we supposed to Tursa? Maybe that's why they bounced the Tursa. Because they can counter the Tursa. They did not counter the Tursa. Okay, if I hit a land, I'm actually okay with it because it's just the flooded. So let's play the Mind Break to play around a mana leak. Oh yeah, no, I can't hit land if I do this. Cool. This is actually pretty sweet, being able to do it like this. Now we just hit... Oh no, I guess, never mind. We're not going to have enough. I was going to say we just hit mono bangers now, but... Attack for 3. Please don't have an response to my Born Oculus. Yeah, I should have gone to combat first, I guess, because I could have hit Unholy Heat again. Okay. It's going to be savage if our Born Oculus hits our Breach. Next turn, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Next turn, we attack for lethal. If they don't present... If they don't mess with our board, and they attack with Brazen Borrower. But that's face up, so they... Oh, no. They have food. I'm an idiot. Never mind. Okay, they have another mountain. Interesting. I don't want to attack with the Born Oculus. I will, however, attack with Creeping Tar Pit. Because if they have like lightning, I guess yeah, they could have lightning bolt here is a reasonable card. And we hit the breach. Okay, whatever. Sure. Uh-oh. Oh, is this upheaval? If this is upheaval, I'm so glad I chose my breach. It is upheaval. Nice. And they played green. Oh, they play fast bond. Okay. It's not going to work out for them. Sure. Because we get to play the Pentad Prism into Oculus. We could also potentially... Oh, they didn't... Okay. Oh, yeah, they're waiting to... Volcanic. This. They have a counter spell. They don't get to play Brazen Borrower. Okay, yeah, sure. This has been an incredible game for what it's worth. Yeah. Also, it's a good thing they did what they did when they did, because otherwise I think we would have gotten it as well. No, not the Tursa. That would have been so bad. 6 cards. All right. So they attack for 3. We can Abhorrent Oculus with Mana Leak backup. We still have plenty of cards in our deck. Is Frantic Search gone? I don't think it is. Okay, yeah, no, it's not. What's their last card? Okay. Abhorrent Oculus. We have Mana Leak. We still have Mana Leak. They have 1 unknown. They need a 2-mana answer, which is very reasonable. Talisman, that's fine. In fact, that just wastes mana. Now they need a 1-mana answer. Okay. We can Tursa. We know their hand. Yeah, them playing the Talisman lost them this game, I think. They might have still lost, but I think it's kind of definite now. Six. Now they have to block. And they go to 1. And then we have 5 cards in hand, so we're good. Oh, Malcolm, nice. Yep. 4 cards in hand. Leovold's not going to do it. Good game. Good game. Yep. And they off themselves with the fast. Welcome to round 6. We are on the draw. We have all of our colors, so I'm going to keep. I'm probably going to lead Creeping Tar Pit, because I want Bloodstained Mire to get white if we need it for balance. And, oh, now I have the option of leading Volk. I'm going to lead Creeping Tar Pit. Just if they play like an Ajani, then okay, they got me, but I can leave up Mana Leak, Mana Drain the following turn and go from there. Oh, they do nothing. Oh, and now I draw a Force of Will. That's great. Excuse me. End of turn. Felia. Felia's fine. In fact, we can just counter what they want to put into play this turn and blink with the Felia, and then we can Unholy Heat it and still leave up counter spells. I don't necessarily want a mana drain here. If I do, of course, I'll just buy the Lutri. I'll mana leak that. Mana leak's going to get worse and worse, and I don't want to buy the Lutri just yet. The following turn, I'd be a little bit more interested because I'll have 4 mana at that point. I have the balance as well, but I don't want to discard. I don't want to sacrifice cards in hand. Oh, Lockmare. Yeah, here I'm going to play Island. Okay, I could just play Bloodstained Mire, but the likeliness of me wanting to mana drain and Unholy Heat are going to be very high, so let's just do that. Yeah, we're going to mana drain that. No, thank you. And we're just going to Unholy Heat this now and get it out of the way. Now, I could just Lockmare and draw a ton of cards, which is probably what I'll do. Yep, don't want to do anything with that. Why would I play Breach? This isn't a Breach deck. Draw. Draw. This is sweet. Draw. Okay. Here's a 4/5 draw. So many cards. That was cool. I'm glad. Okay. I'm coming around on Lockmare. Results oriented, of course, but yeah. And in a couple turns, I could even Deceit for both halves. Pyrogoyf is a 3/4. That's just going to hit me for 3. Sure. Oh, they're going to 2-spell? Okay, so now I can Force of Will? Oh. Yeah. And I guess I'll get rid of the... I'll get rid of the Abhorrent. I'm kind of far away from it anyways. What'd they pitch? NT? Cool. Yep. They're going to bestow onto their thing. Sure. That's a clock, I suppose. I could bounce now. So I could just Deceit this. I mean, evoke it. I'm going to evoke it, bouncing my Lockmare, and then balance. Oh, I should have attacked first. What? Edward. Edward. Edward, you're so bad. Why did you not attack first? Because I don't want to balance now either because of... I threw this game so hard. All right, whatever. Yeah, attack me for 5 million. Zillion. I'm so bad. That was embarrassing. Yep, what do you have? A Bone Horde? Cool, I was already going to balance. I know the Lockmare doesn't do a whole lot because they get to keep something, but... All right. Oh, Chain Lightning, my own Lockmare. Cool. Drawing a card just doesn't seem relevant at all, so let's just Chain Lightning here. So I could shock this in and then replay the Lockmere. Wait, no, I'm a mana short. I'm just messing this up all over the place. Yeah, I am just messing that up all over the place. All right, I deserve it. I mean, I would have lost my breach anyways, but I took 2 damage, I didn't have to. Yep. Good game. Technically not dead. I wanted to... Why... Can I not... Oh, I didn't put this in my hand. And then yeah, okay, whatever. I deserve that. Next game. Welcome to round 7. We might actually have a breach game. That's exciting. Might being the operative word. I'm probably just going to lead Steam Vents. Our opponent did mulligan. Play it tapped. Storm Chasers. Okay. Oh. Yeah, we'll Night's Whisper here. That was a good draw. Especially getting these lands off the top of our deck, I suppose. Into was a punish for not leaving. Oh. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. They didn't want to just discard. Oh. We have a Caracas. Yeah, that seems great. Let's just say go. When they go to combat, that's when I'll bounce it. I love Caracas. Caracas is so sweet. All right, they're in combat. We're going to bounce Inti. We're going to take the 1. Another mountain. Bye. Okay. My turn. Thundertrap Trainer. Let's do it. Let's find a Brain Freeze. We won't be able to win this turn. Oh, Force of Will? Yeah, we'll take a Force. We do have to be mindful of their Lutri. But luckily, Inti's not going to do much. They may just play the Inti here to force us to Caracas. And of course, we want to wait till they go to combat so that they can't just replay the Inti and reap the benefit immediately. Chain Lightning, target us. That's fine. That's pretty aggressive. I could bounce the Lutri, but that just seems so bad. But it does buy us time. And time's kind of all we really need. Yeah, let's just Unholy Heat that. Something I could have done as well is Force of Willed the Chain Lightning in response to the Lutri. This gives them a blue card for Force if they have their own Force. Let's draw 2, discard 2. Unfortunate. I guess we can get the jet back with the breach later, but this lets us hardcast force. We can get back the Pentad Prism in similar way, so yeah, let's do those two. Submit. Let's attack. And I do have Mana Drain up. Yeah, let's just buy the Lutri now. I think I like that. I do want to get a couple more cards in my yard to start chaining off Frantic Searches. If they ever tap out again, I might go for it. They might just put yeah, I was gonna say they might just put Chain Lightning in their hand here. But remember, they can't really Chain Lightning and do that again to us, so that's fine. Here, I'll just Fairy Master. Oh, they're gonna Chain Lightning that. Okay, sure. Deal. Fairy Mastermind. Pyrokinesis? You gonna Pyrokinesis me? Pitching, I guess, one of your legends, probably the Inti. That's so egregious. Oh, Fury. I guess this isn't their instep. Whatever. That's still fine. This isn't legendary, unfortunately. It's funny because it is a whatever. Like, this is a person. I forget their name. I'm sorry, but just put it on a regular creature though. Do I just go for the breach kill? I think I can honestly wait. I think it's kind of free to wait one more turn. Yep, they're gonna do this now. Now they make another otter every time they do a thing. Island. Yeah. Let's go for it. Frantic Search. Draw 2, discard 2. Come on. It's not what I want to see. All right, this is kind of what I was talking about. We didn't see it. Okay, we got one more shot at it. Come on, one time. One time. We didn't hit. That's okay. Man, that's brutal. Okay, we have Tursa to rebounce. Lutri Drain? This just seems so bad. Okay, please have a land. We can Frantic Search again. Yes. Okay, that was good. That was really good. Wow, we are just not getting our cards, huh? Is it gonna be like the bottom? I guess we want to keep the Mind Twist. Brain freeze, finally. All right, that should be exactly enough. I think it's 1 over enough. All right, there we go. Yep, good game. I was getting worried. Glad we did it, I guess. That Tersa really helped. Welcome to round 8. We have a functioning hand. I will keep. We even get to go Malcolm. This is not going to be able to get our white source, unfortunately, but hopefully we won't ever need it. But this is probably just going to get tapped Steam Vents. I'll play Badlands, and then we'll end of turn Malcolm. Plateau means that they could have a Mana Tithe, which wouldn't be the best. That's a breach. Now we just want cards in the yard, which Malcolm helps us do. Okay. They could have just also had nothing, but yeah, we're going to respond with Malcolm so they can't leave up Mana Tithe. What do they have here? Oh, are they a blue deck without any blue sources currently? Or maybe a Pyrokinesis? No, I guess it wouldn't have held priority. I don't know. Either way. Yeah, we're going to go to combat. We're going to attack. We're going to put Brain Freeze in the yard, I think. Oh, land is great. Land is so great. Yeah, let's... I guess I could Frantic Search first. I could also just Thunder Trap Trainer. Let's Thunder Trap Trainer. Yeah, let's Thunder Trap Trainer. Mox Jet would be great. Mystical Tutor. That doesn't do much. That's fodder, I suppose. If the cube played like Sink into Stupor and there's a Sink into Stupor into my deck, I would like upkeep this just to do that. Talisman again. Okay, they are a blue deck. Good to know. So they probably do have Force, so I need to be mindful of that. Interesting. Okay. I'll still attack. We want cards in our yard, so. And then let's black, blue. Play a Pentad Prism. We are giving up on Storm by doing this, but it increases our chances of like playing Deceit next turn, which I value kind of highly. I can also end of turn Mystical Tutor for like Force of Will or something. I don't know if I want to do that or not, but it's definitely a play that we have. Okay. Well, I might regret... Yeah, I was just going to say, I might regret... So we can't do anything about that anyways. Not Lutring. That's a shame. So Unholy Heat is 6. This is at 9, so not relevant. I could get Force of Will, but honestly, I don't think that does much. I could balance. I could Night's Whisper. I could Mind Twist. Let's Mind Twist. I like Mind Twist. But yeah, I could have had a line like if I would have played it a little bit differently, I could have had like Lutri in my hand, Frantic Search, Mystical Tutor, and like had the blue card Force. I think here we want to Mind Twist for 3. Clear out their hand, let them do Ugin stuff one more time, and then go for the win. Interesting. Okay. Man, I really wish we had a Lotus Petal effect. That makes me so happy, and they auto-tapped all their blue. Yep. All right, hopefully we just have the win here. I think we have the win here. Just don't hit the brain freeze, Edward, whatever you do. Okay, now I can technically Pentad Prism? Or not Pentad Prism, but Night's Whisper. Because of the Pentad Prism. I was going to say Mana Tithe here would be absolutely brutal. Looks like they don't have it, though. Brain Freeze is at 7. That's technically enough. Let's do it one more time. Oh, shoot. No. Cancel. That's 21. What am I doing? That's not enough. This plus the 2 cards. Okay, yeah. That works. All right. Yeah, keep targeting them. This doesn't actually kill, but as long as they don't have an Emrakul, they should be dead. Oh no, it was just enough. Why did I think it wasn't? Also, yeah. Anyways, I'm not going to complain. Next round. Welcome to the 9th and final round. I will keep. We are on the draw. I have to let you guys in on a little secret. I may have thrown some games on purpose just so that we can get to 9 rounds. I'm just kidding. Of course I didn't do that. So this Chain Lightning isn't instant speed. I'm not going to Mystical Tutor. So let's just play the Steam Vents tapped like we have been. I am tempted to play Karak. Oh, that's not good. I am tempted to play Karak. Oh, yep. Okay, well, at least we can bounce it next turn. Wow, they are just kind of going off. I'm surprised they did all this before combat. Like, what if they hit something sweet off of our deck? They actually took a Bloodstained Mire, which that's fine. Let's hope that they don't also have a Wasteland. Thraben. Okay. You have a Thraben. Congratulations. I'm going to play the Caracas out, and then I assume that they're not going to do anything with the Ragavan, and then I'll just play the Fairy Mastermind and probably block to stay alive. Probably block the flyer, I would imagine. Actually, you know what? No, we're just going to take it because they might staff. Please staff. You have so much mana. Uh-oh. Oh, sure. We'll crowd update. That's fine. Vibrance. That is brutal. And I didn't mana drain, leave up mana drain mana. Sure. Yeah, we'll play Mastermind. All right. I don't want to Chain Lightning here. I guess we Lutri, and then next turn we can Chain Lightning the Vibrance. Wow, our opponent's Mana Crypt is just absolutely murdering us. All right, hit them. Yeah, cool. That is fine. I may even take 6 here. Oh, that's less fine. So this doesn't give us enough mana to buy back our Lutri and Chain Lightning, which is kind of depressing. All right, let's mana drain that. And they didn't leave up red mana. I mean, I guess they couldn't have, but let's tap this. Or, yeah, tap the Crocus, resend that. I'm probably just taking 6 here, but they don't draw a card. Like, this just seems so bad. Just take 6. I can block the Vibrance next turn. I can upkeep Unholy Heat. I put the stop on, but whatever. That's kind of frustrating. All right, so now I can play Lutri if I want. I can also just Lockmare to also block. Lutri would have eaten a Thraben Inspector, I suppose. All right. Dang, they won the flip. Parallax Wave. All right, well, that's game. Oh, they're a mana short from... I mean, I guess I would bounce it anyways, but still kind of brutal. Yep, I go to 1. So you might as well play out the Lutri. I don't know what I can get here, but we might as well, right? Frantic Search. Just go for... I guess we could balance. Yeah, we could balance. Balance actually isn't going to get us there either because we don't have an answer for the kicked... or for the dashed Ragavan. brutal. Absurdly brutal. I could chain lightning them to get rid of a card as well. I guess that's better than not, right? They also just, yeah, they also just parallax wave protect their own creatures. But whatever, gonna make them do it. Sorry for the disappointing last round, but this draft and overall games were a lot of fun regardless. So, yep, and then they know to protect their own stuff. Great job. Interesting. Yep. Get rid of the Ragavan. Get rid of the Ragavan. No, they didn't get rid of the Ragavan. They're so smart. Man, that Karakas was doing a lot of work. Yep, they go to 8. Yep, dash your Ragavan. They're drawing. They might think that my last card's a lightning bolt effect. I mean, they're gonna dash it. There's no way that they don't. Yeah, they did. Well, I'll see you in the outro. So I'm really dumb and forgot to that I can't hit claim without it taking away the deck. There is like a save deck function on these, which I assume is just left over from like actual drafts, so that you can, I don't know, play your decks against your buddies to say, you know, hey, I drafted a better deck than you or something. It doesn't really apply to the Powered Cube because there's a lot of cards you can't craft. But either way, the deck was really fun to play. We didn't get to breach a whole lot. And the Frantic Search isn't the preferred way to, win with breach, but I'm glad we got to do it and showcase it. And for those of you that weren't aware that you can do that, now you know. You just got to remember you can only Frantic Search, equal to the number of cards you have in your yard, basically. And then you obviously need to, have or find the Brain Freeze as well. Luckily, the untapping the 3 lands part's not hugely relevant, because Brain Freeze only costs 2. And then the Frantic Search itself, plus the 2 cards you draw on discard, assuming you have no cards in hand or anything, obviously will pay for the last Brain Freeze, as you guys saw as well. But pretty cool. I thought the deck was honestly good. I did make a couple misplays. I think that last game I should have played Lockmare, and that would have been able to at least hold the that would have held the 1-2 at bay. Which, that when we got to that last point in the game, maybe that buys me another turn, another untap step. But our deck's not fit to deal with aggressive Boros strategies. So we don't have the removal for it. And that's one of the reasons why I prioritize the balance so much. But I do hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Welcome back to another episode of What's on Edward's Wall. Today, I have Omnath, Locus of Creation. Sorry for the glare a little bit, but this card is signed by Andrew Higginbotham. They signed it for me shortly after they received their full art textless Omnaths back when that was a thing. Andrew is a bit of an RCQ grinder, so he had to get one of those. Him and Logan both, they're like best buddies. I originally met Andrew at the TVL. In fact, it was the TVL that I got this book in, which is pretty cool. I don't remember what they were playing, and I don't think we played against each other, but that was like my first meeting of them. But we didn't, become friends until much, much later. They do live in Tulsa now again, which is kind of cool. It was disappointing, when I lived in Oklahoma City that they would be going back to Tulsa, but now that I live in Indy, not really relevant, which is, it is what it is. Andrew has often been, I keep getting Logan, they're basically twins, so forgive me, but Andrew is often one of my teammates for local events. I don't think we've teamed together like traveling or anything, but Logan and Andrew are often teammates of mine, and I think it was the second Triple SC, which I now have been organizing for a while, since Madeline passed it down to me. But so to speak. Anyways, I think it was the second Triple SC, maybe the third, but anyways, that was the first time that we teamed together, and I was on lands. Logan was on Pioneer in Mono Red, and Andrew, I think, was playing an Omnath deck. They were definitely playing like a 4 or 5 color, all blinged out modern deck of some sort. And Logan had one loss the entire day, and that was our entire team's loss. We were absolutely dominating that event, and very clearly, we won that event, which was cool. So another thing about Andrew is that he's notorious for beating me in top 8s of the land run, or top 4s, etc. Andrew, before the Jewel Shops list got really popular, Andrew was talking to me before one of the land runs and was like, hey, what do you think about this list, etc. I think I really want to play it. It's really cool. It plays workshops and jewels, and Andrew's he's all for that. He loves Mox Opal decks in Modern and Legacy. Like they were playing the 8-cast deck before that, like with Kappa Cannoneers and everything. So that was kind of right up their alley. Well, Logan didn't lose a game that land run. I'm sorry, a match that land run. Maybe not a game. Who knows? Didn't lose a match that entire land run until they lost to Joe in the finals. They beat me in the top 4 of that event, who coincidentally, Joe, myself, and Andrew were all undefeated moving into the top 4 bracket, which was kind of cool. We won out and then, drew with each other. And I think Joe was the one that got paired down. So they had to play and unfortunately beat their opponent out of top 8 contention, but it made it a clean cut. So the final round where we all just drew in because it was a clean cut, we went across the street to Louis and just had dinner during the last round and then came back and, finished up. I talked about that tournament. That was the same tournament where I guess Nick DeJean's, it's just off camera, but that was, where Nick and I had battling Bolus Citadels for, we both passed twice, which is kind of incredible. But either way, Andrew played me in top 8, absolutely demolished me. And I know they beat me in one of the recent land runs, also in top 8. I mulliganed to 4 in game 3, and I had a null rod, but I was on Oath, and they, Oath is just such a bad, has such a bad matchup against Jewel. But they eventually found the sink into Stupor, which made that deck go from like tier 5 to probably tier 1, honestly. If not tier 0, but either way, they found the sink into Stupor and were able to combo me off, and I shook their hand. But I had them sign their deck list for me because the deck lists were open and whatnot. In fact, I still have it in my drawer. Andrew, I absolutely love you, buddy. I really do. I really, really, really appreciate your friendship. I appreciate everything we've done. I really like teaming with you. And on another cool thing, I hope Andrew's okay with this. I'm really proud of Andrew because Andrew graduated from law school at OU. I'm proud to say I have a few friends that have graduated from OU Law School. Yeah, really, really awesome for you, Andrew. And hopefully in a few years, you won't have an excuse not to buy into Real Power again so you can catch up with, Logan and what was once me. One of my more favorite memories with Andrew is we went to Vegas. The year I upgraded my power to beta power, they were there for and kind of a part of. But it's not even Magic related, just being able to hang out with them after the events. I think it was like 4 days, 3 days at least. They did like the Legends booster packs, which is like the big reason why I went as well. I think if you like 3-0'd Legacy, you got a Legends booster. It was like $100 and something entry. But it was really cool. I really, really had a lot of fun. But no, just hanging out with them. Like Rob Hayes was there, Tyler Klein, all them. And just like the fellowship and hanging out with people, I just really, really enjoy. That's my favorite part about Magic. Not to be cliche, but the gathering is far more important than the Magic itself to me. And just being able to have those memories. My dad was actually there too. My dad and I drove my Taurus from Oklahoma City. Not the first time, by the way. My dad and I have driven there many times. Because my oldest sister used to live in Las Vegas. So that was an incentive for him to go as well. But he kind of was like my personal Uber, which was great. Saved us lots of money. But yeah, just hanging out, having dinner. I know one of the places we did was like the all you can. I'm sure there's multiple, but there was a all you can eat sushi place, and it was just great, absolutely great. And Andrew, I know I've already said it. I just want to say it again, buddy. I love you. I really appreciate your card. Logan, I guess I'll try to do you next. You're this foil Hogak. Got to do you guys in pairs because you guys are basically inseparable. But anyways, that'll do it for this one. Thanks so much. Have a good night.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, check out some of these others you might also enjoy. I alternate between playing Vintage and Powered Cubes both on MTGO and MTG Arena. If you like cubing on Arena, but it's too expensive to play as often as you'd like, check out some of my personal MTG Arena Cube videos on this channel. If you like it, join us sometime for a draft. We'd love to have you. If I don't see you in Discord first, I'll catch you in my next video.